It's a pit stop like no other. Hundreds of thousands of shorebirds descend on the Delaware Bay every spring to feast on the eggs of these horseshoe crabs, many of the birds migrating from South America to the Arctic.
You train your eye. You're looking for something very specific.
The heavy concentration of different birds makes it one of the world's hotspots for bird flu, and the ideal place for scientists to seek clues to how flu viruses evolve so they just might better protect people. Flu pioneer Robert Webster has long studied links between human and bird flu viruses.
It's important because eventually we would like to be able to predict which would be the next pandemic of influenza.
Researchers from St. Jude Children's Research Hospital are tracking birds at Delaware Bay in hopes of doing just that. Nowhere else in the world have scientists found so many shorebirds swapping flu strains as during this once-a-year stopover.
We have this essentially soup of different flu viruses, and what happens when you get a family of flu viruses together, they sort of start mixing and matching genetic elements.
Flu viruses constantly change and mutate. For example, if a strain carried by a bird or pig mixes with a typically human strain, the genes can shuffle to produce a totally new virus. Most bird flus, including those common to migrating shorebirds, aren't a big threat to people. But experts like Adolfo Garcia Sastre, who is not part of the Delaware Bay Project, say it's important to understand how flu changes in nature.
Now, these viruses in general stay in these migratory birds, but from time to time, some of these strains may jump into a different host, could be poultry, and from there it could jump also into another host, could be swine, or could be ultimately humans.
At the shore, the team scoops up potentially flu-infected bird droppings in a tube and place them on ice. The samples are brought back to the lab and isolated into chicken eggs. More than 600 samples will be tested for new strains of bird flu or signs that older ones are evolving.
And by doing this type of research, characterizing the viruses that are there, that's our end goal, is to be able to say, here's something we got to worry about.
That was a good one.
The work at the Bay offers a small glimpse into similar but little-known efforts around the globe to better prepare for the next superflu. Kathy Young, Associated Press.